The Australian pine on Eleuthera, a tree that found its place. If you've spent any time on Eleuthera, you've seen them, tall and whispering in the wind, lining the beaches, standing along the cliffs, sometimes forming quiet, shaded pathways where the ground beneath feels soft under your feet. These are Australian pines, Casuarina equisetifolia. And while many will tell you they don't belong here, the truth is more layered than that. A tree that has been here for generations. Australian pines were introduced to the Bahamas many years ago, long before many of today's generations were born. Over time, they spread. They adapted. They became part of the landscape that so many now recognize as Eleuthera. For some, they are simply trees. For others, they are part of memories, shade on a hot day, a place to sit and listen to the wind, a quiet space along the shoreline. Whether introduced or not, they are here now, and they have been here long enough to become part of the island's story. What makes them unique? They are often mistaken for pine trees, but they are not true pines. Their needles are actually thin, segmented branchlets. They have a soft, feathery appearance. They sway easily in the wind, creating that familiar whispering sound along the coast. They grow differently depending on where they are. Inland, they tend to grow tall, straight, and close together as they compete for light. Along the coast, they become shaped by wind and salt, leaning, arching, and spreading out, sometimes forming natural tunnels. No two areas of Eleuthera show them in exactly the same way. Their role on the island. Despite the debate around them, these trees do serve a purpose. They act as natural windbreaks along exposed coastlines and cliffs, helping to reduce the force of strong winds and creating sheltered spaces. They provide shade in an environment where relief from the sun matters. Beneath them, the air is cooler, and both people and animals find a place to rest. They offer shelter and habitat. Birds nest in their branches. Insects live among their fine foliage. Small animals use the ground beneath them for cover. Life has adapted to them and found ways to exist within them. Along the shoreline, they contribute to the landscape itself. They create natural barriers, define edges between land and sea, and have become part of the visual identity of parts of the island. The other side of the story. It is also important to understand why some people say they do not belong. Australian pines can spread quickly and grow densely. They create heavy shade that prevents many native plants from growing beneath them. They drop a thick layer of needle-like branchlets that can alter the soil. Over time, they can change the balance of local ecosystems. These are real concerns, and they are part of the reason they are sometimes removed. A moment to consider. But before removing them, or deciding what should stay or go, it is worth taking a moment to consider what stands there now. These are not just trees. They are windbreaks. They are shelter. They are nesting places. They are part of the daily experience of the island. They are part of what people have come to know. Nature is not always simple, and neither are the choices we make about it. A tree that found its place. The Australian pine may not have started here, but it has lived here, grown here, and become part of Eleuthera in its own way. It stands along the shorelines. It bends with the wind. It shelters life. And whether loved or debated, it is now part of the island's story. Before removing what stands, take a moment to understand what it holds.